Uh, Okay, brother. So, in our last session, we have talked about methods in Java. We knew what is the importance of method and how to use it. We know about how to declare methods in Java. Uh, and you mentioned last time about constructor, and I told you
Mhm.
constructor is like a special type of a method. So today we're gonna talk in details about constructor. First of all, do you
Okay.
have any question about functions?
I think I understand functions now.
You understand functions. Great.
Methods, yeah.
Yeah, methods or functions. It's the same. So, okay, now we will discuss about constructors. Let me share my screen with you. You see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, great. So, as you can see, here constructor is a special type of method which is used to initialize the object. Like when we have a class, we cannot create an object from this class unless we have a constructor. Like constructor is the one responsible for creating new objects of the class. Okay,
Mhm.
and every time an object is created using the new keyword, at least one constructor is called. Uh, we had previous example when we create a class called student. Okay, then in our main method, we called student s1 equal new student. So this way we created a new object from the class student. This object is called s1. You we created this object using the new keyword, which means the constructor of the student class is called. You understand? We'll see
Yeah.
all this in code, but first we have some explanation about constructor. Yeah. Yeah. What if we don't have constructor? We didn't implement a constructor in our class. What will happen? It calls a default constructor if there is no constructor available in the class. In such case, Java compiler provides default constructor. It's not visible to us, but it exists. And we already know from our last session that there are some stubs, like somehow they are hidden. We don't see it, but it doesn't mean that they doesn't exist. No, they exist, but we don't see it. They exist by default. It's hidden, okay? And like behind the scene, they got used, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So now
Nice.
we should know about how to create a constructor. There are some, you know, rules that should be maintained when you create a constructor. Like, first of all, constructor must be the same as the class name. Like, you cannot create a constructor which has a name different from the class name. Like, if my class called student, so my constructor should be called student. Exactly the same name, exactly the same spelling, only one character different, damage all the work. Okay? Exactly the
Mhm.
same as class name, constructor name should follow the same. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, good. Second, constructor must have no explicit return type. If you remember last session when we talked about methods, we said that each method has a return type, which, you know, uh, refer to somehow output, expected output of the function. But here in constructor, we don't have any return type for the constructor. Okay. Uh, Last, Java constructor cannot be abstract, static, final, and synchronized. All of these are keywords, special keywords in Java. You still don't know about almost all of them. Don't worry, we'll discuss them later. But you should know now that you cannot use any of these words with a constructor. You cannot make constructor abstract or static or final or synchronized. Okay? Okay. One more point that for the access specifier, you should make the constructor public. Okay? Except of very special cases. Okay? Sometimes you make your constructor private. Okay? In a very special case, you make your constructor private. But in most cases, you make your constructor public. Okay?
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, do you have any questions?
Mm, no, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I'm good.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
They're common, right? Constructor is common, right?
Constructor is what?
Common. It's common. You use it all the time.
Yes, of course, it's common. It's like one of the most important topics or main topic in Java. Okay,
Mm.
like we just said, it's used to create new object, and the whole idea behind object-oriented programming language is about objects, how to create objects, how to represent real life entities with objects in code. So how to create an object created using constructor. So yes, it's very common. Like you
Okay.
have like you don't have a program in Java without constructor. Okay,
I see.
even
Yeah.
even the simplest one still have a constructor. Okay,
Okay, I see.
okay. Any other questions?
No question. No.
Okay, great. That's enough for the theoretical part. Let's jump to the coding part.